guys, my name is Siddhanshu Kapoor. I am your instructor. So in the last video lecture, we'll discuss about how to create Azure Storage, okay, and how we can use a blob storage. Okay, so now today we discuss about Azure security. Azure provides you some security also. Okay, so let's start the session, guys. So if you see that in the on the screen that we have, Azure provides you 5 types of you can say that Azure provides you 5 functionalities in security. Okay, number 1 is access key. Okay, so what is access key? Actually, what happens when you create Azure account? Okay, Azure by default provides you 2 keys. Okay, we have it's 2 keys. One is primary key and one is secondary key. It provides you 2 keys. Okay, so like imagine that if you want to access anything, if someone is want to access my storage, okay, so they can use that keys. Okay, by default we can use that keys, key 1 and key 2. We have two keys, primary key and secondary key. Like imagine if my primary key is not working, so we can use secondary key as well. Okay, so by default Azure provides you these 2 keys. Okay, like if you want to like imagine if you want to change the key, you can change the key as well. Like imagine what happens in that case. I have a user 1. I provide key 1 to the user 1. That with the help of that key, user 1 is able to access my resources. Now I want that. Okay, I don't want to. Now I want that user 1 is not able to access. So what can I do? I invalidate my primary key. So how we can invalidate it? I regenerate the new key. Okay, so what happens when I regenerate the new key? So the previous key is automatically invalid. Okay, so like this. So in access key, Azure provides you 2 keys. Okay, so one primary key and secondary key. Okay, that's the key used for. So you can see that we have 2 types of keys, 2 keys provided by your Azure. Okay, so this is the 2 key we have. I'll showing you in the practical also. Now next thing we have encryption. So what is encryption? So you can say that with the help of encryption we can define the policies, access policies. In this we can define the access policies. Now what kind of access policies we can define over there? Like imagine that I want to define that like imagine I have 50 users in my network. I tell okay, out of 50 users only 10 users is able to access this storage. Okay, or you can say that only 15 users are able to access the storage. So we can define the policies in encryption, and we can define the users that which users are able to access the storage and which users are not able to access the storage. Okay, we can define these things in encryption. Okay, and number second thing is that encryption provides you one separate key. With the help of that key, and encryption protects the data, storage data. It automatically encrypts the data with the help of that key. Okay, we can create our key vault over there. Okay, and with the help of that key vault, we can define the keys, we can define the policies, everything we can define in that particular key vault. Okay, so we need to create one key vault. In that we can create keys and we can create the access policies also. Okay, now next one we have a shared access signature. Now shared access signature is used to, again, the very good thing, like imagine now I want that specific IP address is able to access, like imagine if I'm using 11.0.0.0 network. So I tell that imagine I have 3 types of network, 11, 12 and 13. So I tell okay, 11 network users are able to access this storage only. 12 network and 13 network users are not able to access the storage. Like this, we can define a particular network, we can define a particular IP address in access signature. Okay, we can define a particular group. Like imagine I have 20 groups. I can create. You can see that I already created 4 groups. Imagine. Okay, one is HR, one is IT. One is higher management, one is marketing. So I tell that okay, only IT group persons are able to access this signature, this security. So we can mention over there everything in shared access signature. Now we can implement the firewall also. We can filter the IP addresses. We can filter the virtual networks also. Like I already told you that we can imagine that okay, I have using only a particular network or particular IP address, so we can define the firewall as well. Okay, on the particular IP addresses and the particular network as well. Now, what is now we have the difference, very good difference between firewall and virtual network and advanced threat protection. Now, in advanced threat protections, Azure provides you email facility also. Email facility. Email facility means, like, imagine that I can define over there the policies, like I can define one rule over there in advanced threat protection. Okay, no, sorry, in firewall. In firewall, I can define the rule. I can define one rule, or you can say that we can define the rules also in that case. Okay, so like imagine someone is trying to access my storage without my permission, or someone is trying to unauthorized access my storage without my permission. So what happens in advanced threat protection, your storage, your Azure gives you, send you one email, okay, belongs to the storage, that you are the one, you are the one who access the storage right now. If you click on yes, they allow, Azure allows you. Okay, if you click on no, so Azure immediately stop that access. Okay, so like this you can this facility is available in Gmails also, like whenever you access your Gmail anywhere in any computer, so they gives you a mail automatically. So this is your is it you or anyone else? If you can set that it is me, so you can click on yes, so you can access your Gmail. But if you click on no, so it's automatically immediately block your Gmail account. Okay, so like this in advanced threat protection also. Okay, Azure Storage provides you email facility. Okay, if someone try to unauthorized access, or if someone try to access the storage without your permission, so what happens? Immediately Azure send you the email, okay, that someone is trying to access. Is it you or someone else? Okay, so if you click on yes, is it me? So it's allowing, it's allow you. But if you say it's no, it's not me, so it's automatically block the access. Okay, so these are the 5 components provided by the Azure Storage, or you can say these are the services provided by Azure Storage Security. So let's see the practical, guys. So I already opened my portal. So first I need to open storage account. Okay, and I'm going to create one storage because I don't have any storage right now. Okay, so first I need to create a storage account. So click on add. Okay, so now I need to first create a resource group. So this is called as storage RG. The name of this group is storage RG. Okay, and now I need to define the storage name. So this is my okay, so we can define this as the storage. Okay, this is, we can take the previous name. Okay, so this is the name. I am using standard versions. Kind of account is version 2. Replication is this. My access tier is hot. Okay, we click on next. I am using public endpoints to all the networks. Okay, we already discussed this because we already created the storage account previously. Okay, now I enable security feature over there. Click on tags. Give the name of the tag, and this is the storage. Okay, and review plus create. Running final validation. If everything is fine, just click on create now. Okay, okay, so as you can see that the deployment is completed now. So I click on home and click on storage account again. So you can see that I just click for refresh once. Now I refresh the portal once. So as you can see that my storage BLO is created, okay, in storage -RG group. Now I just click on storage, storage account. So as you can see that in settings we have 5 options. We can see that access key, encryption, shared access signature, firewall and virtual networks, and private and advanced security. You can say that. Okay, so this is the options we have. So we just check once. Now click on access keys first. So as you can see that. When you when you create storage account, by default Azure gives you key 1 and key 2. This is the primary and secondary keys we have. So you can see that this is the key we have. Okay, so now imagine that if you want to regenerate the new key, or you want that, okay, I want to invalidate this key and want to create a new key. So you have the option over there, regenerate. Click on this. Okay, and you want to regenerate the key, and click on yes over there. So as you can see that it's regenerating the key 1. Now you can see that my key is changing. We previously go for 6 something something, and now for 8 ZT ZA something around that. Okay, so like this we can regenerate the keys. You can say that. So like what happens? Why I'm regenerating the keys? Like imagine if you give this key to someone user. Okay, with the help of this key, the user is able to access the storage. Okay, now what happens after that? Like what happens after that? You want to invalidate the key. Okay, you want that this user is not able to access the storage anymore. So you First, invalidate the key. So how you can invalidate the key? You just simple regenerate the key. So when you click on regenerate the key is automatically changed. Okay, so the previous key is automatically invalid. Okay, so like this we have the options. Now we can go for encryption. Okay, so like imagine if your key one is not working properly, somehow imagine that some happens is what happens in that case, that your key one is not working properly, so you can use key two also. Okay, so now click on encryption over there. So in encryption you can see that we have the options over there. Okay, so we have two types of encryption method is there: Microsoft managed keys or customer managed keys. Okay, so if you want to do Microsoft managed keys, so Microsoft automatically provide you the key. With the help of that key you can encrypt the data, means Azure encrypt the data. Okay, and you can go for customer also. So you can go for in customer managed key, so you can define your personal key vault. You can say that I have already told you that we can make one key vault. Okay, I just click on select a key vault and key, and you can see that they want to ask you the key vault. Okay, name. So I give the name over there. Imagine here it is the thing. So I just click on this. I give for this, imagine my vault 1. Okay, it's taken already in use. Vault D6. Okay, so now it's working. Okay, my location is East US. I'm using standard. We have a standard and premium, two price list, so we can use standard by default. So now after that we have a soft delete, enabled, disabled. Okay, 90 days retention period is there also. 90 days means till 90 days. Like imagine if you delete some. You can see that if it delete some key, so it's retained till 90 days. After 90 days, the key is automatically deleted permanently. Okay, so you can see like this. Now you need to key the access policy. So in access policy, you can define the access policy over there. Okay, like this, how you have the permissions. Like imagine over there by default I have one user Sachin Kumar, so it's automatically added the user. So now in that you can define the permissions, that what permissions you want to define over there. You have the options over there, decrypt, encrypt permissions also. Okay, the key permissions also is there. Okay, so you can define the permissions also, that what this user is able to access in the storage. So it's create any object, update any object, okay, delete any object, recover any object, backup your storage, whatever you can go for that. Selected secret permissions are there also. Okay, these are the secret permissions we have. So by default it has all the permissions. You have a certificates also. Okay, so you can see that all the application certificates permissions are there to this user. Okay, you can define the permissions as manually also. Okay, now enable access to Azure virtual machines for deployment. So where you want to access, access these policies. Okay, or where this Sachin Kumar user is able to access, what Sachin Kumar user is able to access this. As you apply enable access this key to virtual machines, on resource manager templates, on disk encryption. So whatever you want to access to, or whatever policy you want to give to Sachin Kumar, you can give like this. You can give the rights, you can say that. Okay, so where this key used for. Okay, like imagine if Sachin Kumar wants to deploy any virtual machine, so in that case, when he deploy any virtual machine, so that virtual machine data is automatically encrypted. Why? Because Sachin Kumar using these keys, this key, okay, to access encrypt the virtual machine data. Okay, you can add other policies also. Instead of this, we have so many policies over there, so you can go for templates. So you can see we have so many policies are there. Okay, key secret management certificate, key secret management, okay, key management, secret management, or these are all the certificate management, SQL server connector. Okay, what you need to do. Okay, so you have by default templates are there. Okay, so you can select the templates. Okay, you can select the principal over there. You can see that in the principal name which user, okay, you want to manage over there. So right now I don't have any users right now, so these are the by default applications are managed. You can go for that. So you can see that, see where you want to apply this policy. Okay, on the storage, on DNS, on graph, or DNS, where you want to, which application you want to apply this policy. Okay, we can apply this access policy over there. Okay, fine. So like this, we can define the policies over there. Okay, and you can go for authorized application. So we can go for like this. Okay, so authorized application, there is no right now there is none is selected. So imagine I can select one application over there. I want to apply this policy on storage. Imagine. So I click on select the storage. You can see that the selected application is storage. So this access key, but this access policies apply on storage right now. Okay, so like this. Okay, so like this you can implement. Like after that you can apply the permissions, same thing. Okay, and you can apply the secret permissions. You can apply the certificate permissions are there. Okay, so these are the things which we already defined over there. You can see that. If I click on this, so Sachin Kumar is already added over there. So if you want to add other users, you can click on the policies. You can add other users also. Okay, fine, like this. Now after that you can click on next. So you have a networking options also, and where you want to access this policy, on which IP address. You can say like I want that only private IP address persons or only private users are able to access this only. Okay, like I want to find the network. Okay, my only private networks requests are able to access this storage only with the help of this key. Okay, so like this. So where you can apply this key, these access policies, you can define very public networks, public selected networks, or you can go for private networks. Okay, like this. Okay, so that is what we have. The thing we need to go for that. That is the encryption we have. Okay, like if you don't want to manually create simple, you can click on Microsoft Manage Keys. So Microsoft is automatically manage all the keys, all the Microsoft is automatically manage the keys, and Microsoft automatically encrypts your data. So by default, encryption is running in the Azure storage. Okay, it's automatically encrypt your data. If you want to manually manage the keys, manually assign the access policies, then you can go for customer manage keys. Okay, I hope you will understand this. Now we can go for shared access signature. So over there, you can see that SAS, the short form is SAS, shared access signature. So what he allowed by default. So by default, you can see that in this all four storage services are allowed by default. So like imagine I wanted, okay, I want to allow only blob storage. I don't want to allow other storage over there. Okay, or I want to allow only container. You can create only container. That's it. Okay, you're not able to create services, you're not able to create objects, you can create only container. Or I tell that okay, you can create only object, you not create any containers in the blob storage. Okay, like this. You can allow permissions. What permissions you can define? You can define the permissions also. And very good thing in that case that when you use the storage, okay, like imagine I want that today onwards he is able to access this storage, okay, until you can say that till 18th May he is able to access the storage. Okay, after 18th May, after 6:40 p.m. on 18th May 6:40 p.m. this user is not able to access the storage. Okay, so you can define the date and time also. When he going to start access the storage and when he going to finish, when he is not able to access the storage anymore. Because you can define the start and end date over there. You can define the time zone also. Right now I'm using India, so that's why I go for plus 5:30 time zone. If you have a separate countries, you can define the separate countries time zone also over there. Okay, you can allow the following IP addresses also, that only a dedicated IP address person is able to access this storage. So you can define the dedicated IP address person also. Okay, you can allow the protocols. You can access only HTTP S protocol this storage, or you can access HTTP and HTTPS, both the protocols. You can define the key, on which key you able to access, key 1 or key 2. You can define these things also. Okay, and after that you can click on generate SAS and connection string. So like this we can define with the help of SAS what rights you can give, okay, on a particular storage to the users. You can define the storage over there. So these rights are given to all the users. Okay, like imagine if I define over there a particular IP address, I define imagine that 15.150 again .0.0.0, okay, slash 16, you can say that. Okay, it's an environment IP address. You can go for, okay, I give the IP address. Okay, so I go for 100, like imagine. So I tell that okay, only the following IP address, means if someone user has the this IP address, so he is able to access this block storage. No one is not able to access any, no one is able to access any this storage except this IP address. Okay, so you can define this also. Okay, so if I not configure any IP address, so everyone is able to access this storage. But what he can access only blob services. He's not able to access any other services with the help of this storage account. Okay, understood? But these things you can define over there in shared access signature. Now you can click on firewall and virtual networks. So we can define over there the firewall. You can see that where you can implement the firewall to all the networks or to selected networks. You can define the selected networks. So you can define the firewall. Like imagine add your client IP address. Okay, and you can define the range over there. I can go for 150.0.0.0/16. This is the IP address we have. Okay, so if someone comes to this network, the firewall is automatically applied on this particular network now. So if any query comes to this network, or if user is able to access the storage with the help of this network, so a firewall is automatically implemented on this network. Okay, like this. So you can define all the stuffs in this. Okay, you can add the virtual networks also. Right now I'm adding my separate network. If you don't want to define the range, okay, you can define this virtual networks also. Like imagine if I have 5 VNets, I have already created VNet 1, VNet 2, VNet 3, VNet 4, VNet 5. Okay, I want that out of these 5 VNets, I want to apply VNet 1, VNet 2 on firewall also. So I can define over there. I can simply click on add existing network. If you have a virtual network, you can define the virtual. Right now I don't have any virtual networks. They're not showing me any networks. Okay, or you can add the virtual network also over there also. Like imagine I can add a new virtual network. Okay, I can define the virtual network over there. Like this is my VNet 1. Okay, and I need to define the address is like imagine I can go for 150, or you can go for 12.0.0.0/8. This is the address we have. So you can see that it's taking the full range. Okay, and you need to define the default. So default is 12.0.0.0/16. This is the default range. You can go for this. Okay, and you need to enable this firewall. You can see that they're asking you whether you can enable or disable the firewalls, or enable the firewall over there. Okay, you can define the firewall settings over there also. Okay, fine. Okay, so you or you can say you can disable the firewall over there, and this firewall is applied to this on the virtual network. So click on create over there. So you can see that my virtual network is going to create. Okay, in the same storage group, storage-rg. Okay. Okay, so as you can see that my deployment is succeeded, and you can see that VNet 1 is added over there. Okay, and now this VNet also now on this VNet I applied the firewall. It's automatically by the firewall. Just simple save settings, simple as that. Okay, or if you want to apply all networks, you simply click on all networks. So it automatically apply all the networks. Okay, if you want to apply dedicated VNets, dedicated network, dedicated IP range, so you can define the dedicated IP range over there also. Okay. So I just click on discard right now. I don't want any item things. So like this, we can apply firewalls on VNet and a specific IP address. Okay. Now click on advanced security. In advanced security, I go for a simple click on this. So as you can see that it gives you advanced threat protection for Azure Storage. Okay, you can enable advanced threat protection over there. So click on enable. You can see that you had invited to 30 days trial version for this. Okay, so they're showing you after the trial ends you will be charged $0.02 per 10,000 transactions. Okay, so it's very important to understand this. First 30 days it gives you a trial for this. After completing the trial version, they charge you $0.02 per 10,000 transactions. Okay, so like this. So you can enable it. If you want to enable it, you can enable advanced threat protection. Over there you can enable by mail, and all you can see that the transaction is enabled now. So it automatically sends you a mail. Like imagine if someone is trying to access my storage and the person is unauthorized person. So Microsoft automatically sends you the mail. Okay, so like this, you can go for this. Okay, recommendation, security alerts, they're not showing you right now anything right now. Okay, now one thing we need to understand also that we have the option over there, alerts in monitoring. If you click on alerts, we can define the alerts options also. You can see that we can define the rules, alerts. You click on new alert we have. So if you define the rule, you can define the rules also. Like I already added my storage account over there, and now I can define the condition over there. So you can define the condition. Okay, like what kind of rule you want. Okay, so I hope this is not in my free time. I thought that's why I'm not showing you. Just click on edit resource again, and it's loading. I just used my storage block. Okay, I add my storage account over there. Click on done. It's already added. Now there's not showing me any condition not selected. We'll click on this. Maybe option. Okay, maybe this feature is not available in free trial. So you can define the alert also. Like imagine I want alerts that if my capacity is completed. Like imagine if 85% of capacity is full in the storage account. Okay, so give me alert. Okay, so like you can define these kind of alerts. You can go for that. Okay, you can see that this subscription is not registered for Microsoft Insight and Microsoft Alert Management resources providers. That's why I'm not registered. So this encryption is not valid for this alert rules. So if you are using a paid subscription, so you can use this alert also. Okay, you can define the alerts, you can configure the alerts also, like if any happens in your storage. Okay, Microsoft Azure gives you the mail, okay, and okay, this is the storage, you can see that this is the storage report you have. Okay, your capacity is going to full, please increase your capacity of the storage, like this. Okay, fine. So this is the security part of your storage account. Okay, so we need to understand these 5 or 6 things. Number one is we need to understand this access keys. Okay, what is access keys, what is encryption, okay, how we can create access policies in the encryption. Okay, we need to understand shared access signature, we need to understand firewall and virtual networks, we need to understand advanced security. Okay, and we need to understand this alerts. Okay, this is a very good thing provided by the storage. Okay, we can create a new alert, we can manage the alert rules which we already defined. Okay, so we can do like this. Okay, so this is part of this, that is what we have a storage security it is. Okay, so that's it for this video, guys. I hope you're able to understand the part of storage security, how we can apply the storage security, what are the 5 conditions they provide you, or what are the 5 components they provide you. Okay, approximately 6 components, including alerts also. Alert is a monitoring part, it's not a storage part, but we need to understand alerts also. Okay, but that is the part of storage security, guys. Okay, please like this video, please share this video with your friends. Okay, if you have any questions, any doubt, please comment me on this video. Okay, thank you for watching, guys.